take a road that's unexpected. Days seem long and harder than they should. When all my hopes and dreams turn into pain and heartache, you are always there to calm my world. Forever and for always I know you'll be with me in everything I do and everything I say. You're right here in my heart with every step I take now. I'm so grateful for your love each day. You stood in silence and just listened to my stories, gave me hope and dried my tears without a word. Your gentle smile lit up my life and gave me courage. You're my rock, my strength, and all that's good. Forever and for always I know you'll be with me in everything I do and everything I say. You're right here in my heart with every step I take now. I'm so grateful for your love each day. For your love each day.
And I must say I share some of that applause because actually I was singing there. That was the choir from 2010, from their best songs from the movies, Sing, 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 with a swing no less. And that was written and released by Louis Prima in New Orleans in 1936, and it was also recorded by Benny Goodman and his jazz orchestra in Hollywood in 1937. But that was the choir from 2010. The choir, yes, they're very prominent community choir, unauditioned choir, and they meet in Melbourne weekly. And before that, we had Grateful by Jonathan Welsh, 2020, written by Jonathan Welsh and David Newington, and Jonathan will be fondly remembered as the founding artistic director of the Choir of Hard Knocks, and he was also the local hero, Australian of the Year local hero in 2008. And he also formed the charitable organisation Play It Forward. And that leads me to my guest. My guest, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Mr. Patrick Burns. I call him the Maestro Patrick Burns, and he is the head of musical programs at Play It Forward, formed by Jonathan Welsh, and he's also my choir master. So just let me read you a bit of a bio about Patrick. He was born in Sydney, and he studied French horn and was conducting at the Melbourne, and he learnt conducting and French horn at the Melbourne and Queensland Conservatoriums. He is the artistic director in Australia for Lyric Opera of Melbourne. He's a Melbourne director for XL Arts, and he's also the director of music programs in Melbourne for the Play It Forward choirs, formed by Jonathan Welsh. And a very good morning to you, Patrick.
Good morning, Michael. Great to be speaking with you.
And you too, Patrick. I believe you're on the road. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Where are you right now?
Oh, I'm currently out in Traralgon. I've got an all-day choir workshop. I'm working with one of our choirs out here, which is the Latrobe Valley Choir. Yes, I've got a day of singing with them, so it's a good day to be inside singing rather than outside in the cold.
Absolutely, and a bit of vocal exercise there keeps you warm, and I know from first-hand experience that you like to keep all your choristers fit and trim, and you do a bit of aerobics too before your choir sessions. But I know the excellent work of the Latrobe Valley Community Choir, and tell them I'm hanging out for another rendition of another bout of Love Train. That's my favourite that they sing. So, Patrick, I've brought you on because prior to the COVID lockdowns, community choirs, they were blooming everywhere. I'm an advocate of community choirs. I know it's changed my life in the past 15 years. I'm a member of 2 community choirs, and it's the highlight of my week. It's what I look forward to, just meeting the people, the teamwork, what have you. So I note that you are an orchestral conductor. How did you get involved with community choirs and especially Play It Forward?
So, Michael, part of my work, I did have a long history of travelling overseas and working professionally, especially conducting opera, ballet, orchestras right around the world. But one of my very first conducting mentors was a gentleman named John Hopkins, who used to be very prominent in Australia as a conductor. And he always had this mandate that he said to all of his students that the future of music is really in the community. And you need to really foster music in the community to make sure it's got more to do than just the professional end of town. And so part of my work, I then became that I would always try and be involved in community music somehow, because I think it's really important to really connect with people and get people involved in music in many ways, because it really is something that, as you said, for a lot of people, this is their special event for the week. It's their safe space, the thing that they really connect with other members of the community. And so it serves much more of an important function than just getting together and singing a few songs.
Absolutely, Patrick. And sometimes we meet outside of choir times, the tenor section or the alto section, and we have a bit of a jam session. So, and we form lasting friendships. And I'm as a science teacher, I've admitted it now. I am a science teacher. So, I know that the neurotransmitters and the endorphins, all the happy body chemicals, they surface, the oxytocin and the serotonin, and they keep us in a good mindset. They really do. And, So can you please tell me, apart from the Latrobe Valley Community Choirs, what other choirs are part of the Platford stable?
So with Platford, we've got a number of choirs based right across Melbourne. We've got one based down in Yarraville called the Choir of Opportunity, another one that's in Moonee Valley called the Voice of the Moonee Valley. We've got the choir, which is a kind of a cousin choir to the Platford movement. That's certainly connected in with that. And then all the way out to Latrobe Valley. At the minute, we're running 2 East Choir projects, one out in Hampton Park and another one in Werribee. We had a choir that was out in Casey called Casey Sings. So we're kind of spread right across the full spectrum of Melbourne. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. Sorry, one more, Western Health Singers. And that's based out at the Sunshine Hospital, and that. So we cover lots of places in Melbourne.
Well, Jonathan Welsh, Dr. Jonathan Welsh AM, he is the original choir man. But may I say to you, you are the super choir man of Melbourne, and you go here, there, and everywhere just to share the love, share the joy. That's the motto of the choir. So well done.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Well, Patrick, I'm just going to play another choir tune. This is the choir that Patrick speaks of, and we meet in Melbourne on Wednesday evenings, and I'll speak more about this. This is ABBA, Dancing Queen, but the choir rendition.
Watch that
was The Choir, a Melbourne-based community choir, an audition choir from their 2010 album Best Songs from the Movies, recorded at the Melbourne Recital Centre. And if you've just joined me, I have a very special guest. I have Maestro Patrick Burns, who is the Director of Programs, Music Programs at Play It Forward organisation, also the conductor of the choir. So, Patrick, we're back again, and so can you please describe to me what happens on a choir night?
Choir nights, basically when we come in to rehearse, kind of got a set repertoire that we've got set for. We usually run to school term. So on a regular night, we'll come in. I like to do some warm-up activities just to get people in the room focused, and that there'll be a little bit of stretching and getting warmed up. And because singing is quite an active thing to be involved in, it does involve the whole body. So we just do some light stretching, a bit of warm-up to get everyone ready and focused. And then we'll kind of work through and rehearse some of the pieces. And the aim is to really get that ready for performances that we have upcoming. So we'll usually cover 3 to 4 songs each week and then go over some of the finer details and do little things to help improve it. And then give everyone some homework to go and work on, and hopefully come back next week and we make progression all the way to our concert.
Mm-hmm. And what are some of the membership requirements to join any of the community choirs? Do you have to be able to read music, or what?
No, none of that. So basically, if you'd like to turn up and participate, you've already passed the audition on this one. We've got multiple ways. There are some choir members who like to read off sheet music, which we can provide, no problems. Others who don't read a bar of music and just work off lyric sheets. And then basically, I think I've been doing this long enough that I can find a way to get you involved and singing and really get it so that you're participating at the fullest. And for different people, it's different ways. But we will find a way to get you involved and singing. And most of our arrangements for music are sort of tailored to the abilities of the group. We're definitely, some of our choirs are definitely all abilities, so we can really cater for anyone who wants to come along. All you got to do is turn up, and we'll take the rest from there.
Fantastic. You know, I think that, we can, we'll have a big surge and we'll make community choirs even greater again, because as I said, we lost a lot of people during COVID, but it's safe. We operate under safe conditions. And with the choir, I know that, that we've had quite a few interesting gigs. We've had played Carnegie Hall, Albert Hall, the World Expo Milan, and locally the Maggie Beers Farm in the Barossa, QPAC, Sydney Opera House. I can keep going. Lourdes Ball. But what's happening? What's in the offing? What's happening under your baton? Okay, for the choir.
We've got some very important events coming up. So with Play It Forward, we've always run on what's now the King's Birthday long weekend, which is a bit odd saying that, but it is that now. So in the June long weekend, we've always, for probably the last 10 years at least, run a program called the Melbourne International Singers Festival. And this is usually run across 3 or 4 days, where it's a whole series of workshops and different choral workshops with leading practitioners, conductors, composers from right around Australia, and gives people to come along and try out all different music. Here in June, from the 9th till the 12th of June at the Edge in at Federation Square, a great program. One in particular, a very important event. We're premiering a new work called Ecotorio, and this was a work that was commissioned through Play It Forward. And the work itself is written by Jonathan Welsh and Dave Newington. And this work is in response to what's happening in the world in regards to the climate crisis. And it's a great new work. It's got 6 movements in it. Each of the movements kind of dealing with a particular aspect of climate change and people's reactions to it. So that's going to be on the Saturday night of the long weekend. And tickets are on sale if you want to come along and check it out. That's the Fed. All of the details are on our website at playitforward.org.au. But it's going to be a really important event, a really important work. And dare I say, whilst it's got a very serious message, the piece itself is a lot of fun, and it's got a really good heart to it. So that's coming up in June long weekend. For the choir, we're currently working towards doing a performance at that long weekend, which will be on the Sunday night. And then in August, we're going to have our a Best of Broadway tribute concert that will be held at the library in Docklands, and that's going to be in August. So once again, if you want to come and participate, by all means, come and join up. We'd love to have you come along and sing. Otherwise, look on our website at playitforward.org.au and it'll list all the details there and where you can come along and find us.
Fantastic, Patrick. I had my pencil out there filling in my calendar, and I hope our listeners did too, because community choirs are on the bouncing back, and you'll gain a lot of satisfaction, a lot of you'll learn lots, okay, about your musical self. And I may add, if you're wanting to make a contact, you're really thinking about joining a community choir, why don't you contact Sarah? That's SARAH at playitforward.org.au. That's Sarah, SARAH at playitforward.org.au. We're going to move to another song now, Patrick. So everybody sit back. This is the choir's rendition of The Rose.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tender reed. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. I say love, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. It's a heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes a chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give, and the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When the night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong.
Just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows,
Lies the sea that with the sun's love in the spring becomes
And that was the choir from 2010, The Rose, from their Best Songs from the Movies album 2010. Of course, that song you'll remember as the closing track sung by Bette Midler from the movie of the same name, The Rose. If you've just joined me, I'm with Maestro Patrick Burns, who is a very accomplished Australian orchestral conductor, and he is also a community choir conductor with the Play It Forward organisation. Now, Patrick, we're back again, and I know that you don't blow your own French horn, so to speak, but I note that you've had in your other capacities in the music scene, you are associated with the Australian Ballet, the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra, Orchestra Victoria, and Sydney Symphony, just to name a few. So what's been happening with those orchestras and you in the past couple of years?
So those ones, Michael, I was kind of involved with those in a pre-COVID time in different positions, and so that association, I'm no longer associated with those orchestras at present. But they all had their own difficulties during the COVID time. And sorry, I'm still out of Tarougan with all the truck passing on the background noise. But yeah, so they've slowly been, they're coming back to their own full programming and back to all things good on that one. So they're all off and running. But at present now, I'm the artistic director of the Lyric Opera of Melbourne. So that's an opera company that's kind of an independent company based in Melbourne that runs kind of 2 productions a year on that one. And that's kind of now where my focuses lie, along with the Play It Forward organisation.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, Patrick, and I hear that's where your professional interests are now, but also I've noted that you've been in Serbia as well. You've served professional time in Serbia and also Bulgaria as well. Just to what a colourful career that you've had so far, and I know it's going to be a brilliant career as years go on. So, Patrick, thank you so much for this time. I hope that we've encouraged people to think about joining a community choir, not necessarily with platform.
Yeah, by all means.
But, I think that between us that, we can get people to enjoy, we can share the joy and experience all the musical and health benefits of community choirs. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Patrick Burns, Maestro Patrick Burns, the Melbourne director of the Play It Forward Choirs. And we're signing off now, and thank you to him. And here's a very busy day ahead of him conducting the Latrobe Valley Community Choir down in Tarougan. Please send my regards to them. All the best to you, Patrick. Bye for now.